Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jabari Mongoose, and I got a brand new series here. So, I'm moving from my Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke challenge to Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Last week, I was able to take on Red, and I won. I beat my Nuzlocke. If you haven't seen that episode yet, I'd highly recommend it because I was really proud of my final team. But now I'm moving on, and I wanted to do more like Generation 3 graphics or that kind of feel. And I decided to do Emerald Rogue, mainly because I wanted to start trying different like custom ROM hacks. And I was playing this one and also checking out Renegade Platinum. And I plan to do both, but I want to focus on Emerald Rogue first. This looks like a lot of fun. The pacing of the game seems to fit with my recording and editing style, so we're going to jump right into it. Now, I am doing hardcore Nuzlocke rules, but I'm also going to call this like a Chaoslocke or something like that. And by that, there's options where you can talk to like a game show host kind of guy, and you can get a lot of random outcomes like randomizing your team or randomizing like good and bad things to happen. And basically, if I have an option to go down routes to pick him, I'm going to do it. I'm going to intentionally do that, whether or not it's the right decision or not. So for my first adventure in this ROM hack, my starter is Tentacool, and my first encounter is going to be a Mudkip. Now, this is a new area, and I can catch multiple Pokemon here, but I'm only going to catch the one Pokemon, because going with Nuzlocke rules, only encountering and catching the first Pokemon I get in each route. And so that's what I do. Now, I'm not nicknaming because I'm going to be catching a lot of Pokemon really quick, and me sitting down thinking of nicknames is just going to slow the pace down. And also, I'm going to be randomizing a lot of them by the Gameshow Host. So it's not going to be that significant to nickname them, in my opinion. And so right here, I quickly speed through fighting a Quillfish just to gain experience. The XP growth before going to the gym battle is very, very generous. The level cap is level 15 for your first gym badge. And I have no idea who my first gym leader is. It's going to be one of the 8 Hoenn gym leaders, but it's completely random. But that's the gist of it. I was really happy with how my Soul Silver randomizer went, and I was really happy with the end result of my team and how I took on Red. It kind of went exactly how I pictured it, to be honest. But I wanted to play another game that had a little bit of a generous XP growth because I spent so much time of my days grinding to get ready to fight Red, and it nearly burnt me out. I was able to pace myself, which helped, but basically playing this game, which is very generous with XP growth so that you can get to the boss fight pretty quickly, and just the fact that you can go to it's like generation 8 or so. Like, I know Mega Evolution is available in this. I don't know how to unlock it because this is literally the first adventure I do. Nothing else has updated the town yet. But no, I think I'm going to try playing this for a while. I don't know if I would want to say complete it, but definitely I want to do a lot of different adventures and maybe customize what kind of adventures I want to do and just see if I can beat them in like a chaotic hardcore Nuzlocke kind of rule set. So we go to another new area, and this one has a little bit more tougher Pokemon, and my first encounter is a Chikorita, which I'm happy with. I was starting to get a lot of water types, and I do basically a very big skip. This is a long route. There was just me getting a lot of items, and that's it. Nothing really too interesting was happening. So I did level up to 15 and collected all the items I could. and that was it. It really wasn't that exciting. And so here my Pokemon are looking pretty good. And so the Nurse Joy to the right, she gives you 1 free heal during your adventure, and then you have to pay for the rest of them. So the fact that the PP in my moves is not bad, is still good, and I have healing items, I decide to hold to keep that free heal for the time being. And to be honest, I don't have a lot of good healing items or held items for the battle, so I'm just going to go right into it. And it looks like my first opponent is going to be Tate. I believe it's Tate. Let's see. Oh, no, it's Liza. Okay, so this is the Psychic Gym Leader, and I have a Poison-type Tentacool, so not to a great start. But thinking that Tentacool is probably going to die here, I decide to set up a Toxic Spikes for her back row, and I just go in for Acids, expecting Tentacool to die. But it looks like her Natsu does not have a Psychic move because it's opting to just go for Nightshade. And I'm okay with this because as long as I don't get any low rolls, it looks like I'm going to get the KO here. And I am correct. So next, she brings out Meditite and gets the poison. And here I see an out to potentially preserve Tentacool. So I go and hard switch into Chikorita, because Chikorita has Synthesis, and basically I can safely switch in, which I didn't think I could on the Natsu because it's also part flying. And so here I just go ahead and start spamming Razor Leaves, and I get the idea to go ahead and start getting Chikorita as high a health as possible for the third Pokemon that Liza has, and just letting Meditite get drained by poison. And so right here, this is going to be the last of it. And her third Pokemon is pretty tough for this level I'm at because it's a Girafarig. The fact that Girafarig is a full single stage Pokemon, I got nothing but basics, is tough, and that confusion did a lot, which I'm happy I decided to just go for a Synthesis because I knew this thing was going to outspeed me. So the fact that it's poisoned, I decide to just go ahead and completely use up the remaining uses I have of Synthesis, just so I can drain the Girafarig, and then I'll hit with a Razor Leaf and pray for a crit. We're gonna pray for a crit here. So here we go. I'm out of Synthesis PP, and so I go in for the Razor Leaf. Girafarig's Confusion crits, and unfortunately I don't crit on my Razor Leaf. So what I decided to do is I don't think I could hard switch into Mudkip without risking a crit. So I decided to sack our starter Tentacool, which sucks because I would have liked to have kept it, but I felt like keeping Mudkip and Chikorita was the better decision. And so Mudkip gets to safely switch in. It takes a Confusion, and I go for a Water Gun and get the knockout. And I'm actually happy with the calcs, because if I had hard switch into Mudkip, I'd be risking a crit on that turn, and that could have ended in us losing more Pokemon. But yeah, I get my first badge. I get the HM for Cut. And because this is a roguelike, I get to go into the next map. So next episode, I'll be tackling this map and getting my second badge.